Welcome back to another episode of Uncorking Our 20s. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Katie.
And today we're talking about life after college, careers, confusion, and realizing no one actually knows what they're doing.
Whether you've switched paths, are feeling behind, or figuring out what you actually want to pursue.
And the pressure of having it all figured out in your early 20s, let's get into it.
Okay, so let's hear how your life ended up after college, Kayla. What was it? Was it what you expected it to be?
So, went to Indiana State, studied communications and PR. For 1 second, I switched to business, and then I went back to communications. That's how indecisive I am.
Do you wish you would have stayed in business or no?
No, I wish I did double major or double minor or something. Well, my PR was a concentration. It wasn't a minor. I wish I took on a minor or double majored in something. But I wanted to pursue communications because I always liked journalism. It's broad. Right. You can do a lot of things with it. So, and my homework was fun and easy. So
that was a plus.
I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do after college. I would, like, if you would have asked me in college, like, what do you want to do? I probably would have said, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
But I had such a wonderful sorority experience, as I will continue to say, that I knew doing something marketing related in Greek life, the Greek realm, would be right up my alley. So around February, March of my senior year, I went on a bunch of different headquarter websites just to look in their career section to see if they're hiring for anything. I applied to a few different, like, headquarters, and I didn't hear anything from anyone. And I was like, okay, I literally don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Then I randomly sat in class, wasn't paying attention, and I was reflecting on the fraternities and sororities we have on campus, and I was like, okay, I haven't applied to SAE or looked into it, and our chapter's pretty close with SAE. So I was like, let's look into that. And they were hiring a coordinator of communications. I submitted my resume, had an interview with my boss, who also went to Indiana State.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
He was an SAE there. Oh, and cool. Our CEO at the time also was an SAE at Indiana State.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah.
So literally our interview, we were just talking about ISU and relating to things. So that was a very easy interview. And then I did some writing samples in college. I was on I took a writing class, and I did the student newspaper sometimes. I feel like no one really knew I did that. But I would, once a week, had to do some writing samples and stuff. So I submitted some of those, and I did a social media audit on SAE's social media. Filled out what I wanted to do. If I were to take this position, what would I change? What would I add? And then I had the job.
That's awesome.
And started part-time in April. Graduated in May, and then became full-time like a week after I graduated.
So you jumped right into it.
Right into it, yeah. So that made me feel good that I that was something I wanted to do, right up my alley. No pressure. It was such an easy interview. I really got along with my boss and in those moments. And it kind of fell into place for me, which I know isn't how it works for everyone, but I didn't really have expectations. I thought I was moving to Chicago.
Really?
Because on the offer letter, it said, or the job description, it said Chicago, but their headquarters is in Chicago. I didn't know it was remote until I was in my interview, and they were like, I was like, so when would I have to move? And it's not I don't know, I probably wouldn't have taken the job if I had to move, because I never thought to move. But when they said, oh, this is a fully remote position, I was like,
heck yeah.
Even better.
Yes.
So, yeah, it all just worked out for me, and I think those connections with Alpha Phi and, Greek life itself, I think really helped, yeah.
Do you regret, not taking a break from school before jumping into a career?
No, I don't regret that. I've just always been a very, I want to make money driven person. So I don't know what I would have done. It seemed so chill and so worth taking that I didn't really think about it. I wish I traveled more, but I travel for this job and stuff too, which is like
that's really
the
nice.
perks of it. But yeah, for my specific situation, no, I don't regret having
Right.
like a gap.
Do you think if it was an in-person job and you had to have moved to Chicago, you would have regretted that?
Yeah.
Like not taking time?
Yeah. Or just like moving in general, like from my friends and family,
Mhm.
I would have had regret for that aspect too.
Yeah.
Like I always joke and say like if I could move to Florida, that would be great.
Mhm.
And at the place in my life now, I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm very like I try not to have regrets in life.
Yeah.
And I think it all worked out the way it did for me. I think it was a hard transition because I lived at home. So I graduated, moved back home. Whole other episode just of how to adjust to that, which I'm very grateful for. But I didn't have a desk. I didn't have my own office space. I worked in my room
Right.
for like a year and would just sit in my bed. I didn't even have room for a desk. Or like I didn't even process. Maybe I need a desk and stuff. So
Right.
it was kind of hard. I think my first year was like a fever dream. I was like unmotivated in so many ways. Just like you go from 4 years in college living the best days, you know, to moving
Doing
back
stuff,
home
Yeah.
and not doing those same things and now working.
Mhm.
Even if it's a chill job, it still was an adjustment. So I think that was just hard itself. But again, I don't think I have regrets about it.
Good.
I think my favorite part of my, like, the job itself, social media can get a little, like, I feel like I get burnt out a lot, I guess. And I think that is the
Yeah.
remote job. I think marketing, coming up with new marketing ideas for a fraternity is just different than me working for sorority, you know? So it has its own challenges, I guess. But I think that it's really fun to go to these events and meet undergrad guys and just market the experience of joining the brotherhood, because I know what joining Alpha Phi did for me. So to market that experience for someone to join and know that it's not just 4 years, it's for life, and
Right.
to be that person who, you know, is in charge of that, that's my favorite part of it. But yeah.
What are you thinking about doing in the future? Do you have any ideas of what you want to do moving forward?
No. I think
That's okay.
I talk about like long-term goals and dreams I have, but obviously it's hard out here. But you know, I'm trying to get my content up on TikTok and not be one of the, like, I hate to be like this like basic influencer trying to become or something, but I genuinely enjoy my life and what I do and the people I have in it and showing those experiences. So I think, you know, seeing where that could go could be fun, and it's in my control, and I like
Right.
that. But I've said this too, like if I could own my own Airbnb or work for an Airbnb and do marketing for that and like the
That would
travel
be
part.
so cool.
I love traveling. Hate flying. Hate
Yeah.
it. But I love traveling, and that, like, marketing is just so fun. So if I could do that down the road, that would be, you know.
Or like wedding planning.
That's true. I do love event planning, and I think like starting my own bachelorette business in Indy could be fun. And yeah, wedding planning and stuff. I've always said that too. Like, but I say always. Like, I'll like mention these random things, and then it just like I just
Well,
need to
it's
like write it
hard.
down, write it
Yeah.
out in front of me of like, here's what I want to do. Here's how I should do it. Because the hardest part is starting,
That's very
and
true.
I just don't know
yeah.
how to start some of these things.
Well, no one teaches you that. That's the biggest thing. Like even after graduating high school,
Yeah.
it's like no one teaches you what to do to move forward or how to be successful unless you have parents that do that for you, of course. But like no one really prepares you to what's next and how to be successful in life, because that's the biggest part. Is like, how do you build a business and continue to grow and get money?
We should have taken those kinds of classes in high school, and maybe I did, and I just didn't pay attention to.
think
I
I
know
had
they
one.
did some stuff like
Yeah.
that,
I think I had a check,
But-
like a checking class, like
Yeah.
where you had to like write a check. But
right? And who's writing checks
come
anymore?
on,
You know,
yeah.
which time, you know, time is changing, and I get that. But I remember in middle school, I had to fill out this survey of something I'm interested in, that I'd want to pursue in life when I'm in middle school so I could take a class like that in high school. I don't even think high school, like I don't know. There's a better way I think in high school they could have did more like your freshman year, let's really figure out what are your interests. Like, I don't need ICP or gym. Okay, I guess I get the gym part. But my math classes took the quadratic formula I've never used in my life. But if you're in your freshman year saying what you're interested in, and that's still young. That's still young. But getting an idea, I feel like high school should be the preparation to get you to college.
Right.
But I don't think it is that way. Like, it is in some ways, but it's not in other ways. Because I should have had more opportunity to take a social media class or something that,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or, yes. Yeah. Or for the people that don't even go to college after high school. Like, just, like, something to show you this is what adulthood is. Like, these are different ways to make money.
Yes.
Here's a career guide or like something that would help you prepare. Finances, like I think I took a finance class, but I don't think it, like I said, it was like checks.
They should have taught us how to invest and stuff. Yes. I don't know anything about that. And I think that'd be great.
How to buy a house.
Yes.
Or, opening a bank
account.
How
to pay bills. Like, how to budget. Again, they probably did some stuff here and there, but I just feel like
it wasn't offered or pushed.
Or they should have did that every year. You should have taken these, like, level 1 is your freshman year to budgeting. Level 2, like,
Yes.
I just wish things could have went differently. I mean, how do you know in high school truly what you want to do?
No,
how do you know in college? Yeah, middle school. Even college, which you can go into because I know you know.
I always struggled ideas. Like what I wanted to do. Like even in high school, I feel like I struggled, not struggled academically. Like I always had good grades, but I struggled like finding where I belong.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
And I feel like most people do because that's because that's just part of life, part of being a kid. Because you're still a kid then, and I feel like people forget about that. Like even going in college, like you're kind of still a kid. At least I felt
like being a baby freshman in college.
18 years old.
That's young.
Is so young.
Yeah.
And they're pushing this. I remember going to like college or I remember going to ISU for like orientation or something, and I was sitting there and she was like, so what do you want to major in? And I'm like,
girl,
well, I kind of like Grey's Anatomy, so I'm gonna do pre-med. So I decided to do that. And let me just tell y'all, that did not work for me.
That wouldn't have worked for me either.
It was so hard. Like that huge of a, like, big of a change that young is crazy. And the fact that you have to choose it so young.
A lot of people these days aren't even doing what they studied in college. Yeah, which I feel like that's and you don't need college either. Like,
you don't. Like, I know a lot of people that don't go to college. So.
My parents, that was the number one thing is like, you are going to college. That was I'm not allowed to choose. But I'm not mad about that. Like, if I didn't go to college, I wouldn't have done this. Again, no regrets. But for some people who didn't go to college are making way more money. Got an earlier start. I mean, I had 4 years of like buffer time.
True. I do.
The greatest 4 years of my life. But, it's just, you're on different pages with people around you. It's just, it's whatever works for anyone. So talk more about your studies and like what you landed on and graduated.
So like I said, I struggled at the beginning of college trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I changed my majors a few times, which then led me to be in college a little bit longer than what you're supposed to.
That's okay.
So I ended up landing on social work because I was taking I ended up taking another career quiz at some point whenever
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Whenever I was told I couldn't do nursing.
Yeah.
Because I went from pre-med to nursing, which I did really like nursing. I think I could have
You would be a great nurse.
I think I would have done really well in there, but I let my ex get in the way of that and I focused too much on that. So one piece of advice I would say is how in our last episode, Kayla touched on like focusing on yourself, and that definitely start that early. Do not follow some boy or whatever and let that ruin your time. Because
that's great advice, because people do that. Like girls, like going into freshman year, if their boyfriend's going to a different school, I think it is so common to be like, you know what, I'm just going to follow him.
Yeah.
Your relationship doesn't work half the time.
No.
And obviously it's different for you guys, but still, he still, played a role in that.
Yeah. And so that messed up that career, that part for me. But then it led me to social work, and I did really well in social work.
Yeah.
I got my GPA back up again. And then
got rid of him.
Yeah, got rid of
his ass.
I graduated with my bachelor's in social work, and then I went for my master's as well. So I did. I obviously really liked it.
She's a smart girl.
I obviously really liked it. There's going to be flaws to anything you choose, and I don't regret doing that because, I still like it. It's just it's just so complicated to know what you want to do. Like,
yes.
I don't see myself doing that forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard for me to decide what I wanted to do, especially after nursing. Like, this is what I'm going to be doing forever. So.
Yeah, because then you get a feel of what you're doing. I mean, I feel that way about social media. Is like, is this what I really signed up for? Like, sometimes I'm not satisfied, or sometimes I'm, I want more, or I'm bored.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
burnout.
A common thing that a lot of people experience. So it's like you wasted 4 years studying one thing.
And money.
I was going to say,
forget the money.
You wasted money, basically, even though I don't regret it. Do I wish that we had a different education system where college was free? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a whole thing. But, just getting some experience, and then you really figure out it's not something you like.
In 4 years sounds like a long time, but it's also so short when you're that young.
For sure.
Because
Flew by.
When I was in school and I was doing, I had internships and stuff where I got to dip my toe in to figure out if I liked it. I did genuinely like it.
Yeah.
But now that you're in the real world with kids, friends, time, energy, it's exhausting, especially in social work to go work all day and come home, and it's just draining.
That sounds draining.
Yeah, you gotta talk to people all day. For reference, I was doing school-based therapy, so I was a therapist for the short amount of time before I got pregnant.
Surprise, Shawty!
So once I graduated, then I did therapy, which was very exhausting and tiring, and that's what I don't want to do for the rest of my life.
And in the best way, like when you're a therapist for children, it's different. You got to give more of your time and energy. Versus
maybe adults I would like more. I just don't feel as confident with adults as children.
Right.
So I just feel like I couldn't give a lot of advice or guidance to adults that are older than me.
That's very fair.
As a therapist.
Yeah.
And I recognized that. And so I wasn't going to jump into that. So that's why I chose children. And, of course, I like kids. So
yeah.
But, that stuff. And when kids are having behavioral issues all day and you have to deal with that. And, so I ended up quitting. And had my son and decided that was just not something I wanted to do, was be more career driven versus spending time with him. I know there's a lot of moms that don't have that opportunity to, so I'm grateful that to be
a stay-at-home mom.
I could quit. But I couldn't imagine just putting all my time and energy into a job and then getting home and not have enough energy for him with this specific career. And
you're already, a stay-at-home mom is a job itself.
Yeah.
So, I can't imagine going to work all day and
Yeah.
Praise to the moms who do it.
Honestly,
and some moms want to do that. It's not even, a choice. It's something they prefer to do that.
Yeah.
And that's okay, too.
Wrong. Yeah, I could see why, too. You get,
because a stay-at-home mom all day, I mean, that's a whole different kind of draining and exhaustion, too.
Yeah, especially with multiple kids, because I only have one, so I can only imagine, being surrounded by, 3 kids all day.
I don't know how my mom did it.
Yeah, truly. Good for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't imagine. Yeah, I'm just glad I'm in the position, and if you're not, then I'm sorry. Like, that really truly sucks.
Mm-hmm,
But at least you're getting a break, and everything happens for a reason, truly.
For sure.
So,
yeah.
But now I'm working at this place called Burn.
Hey.
It's a workout place, so I think this happened for a reason as well, was working here, because what is that? Where did those come from?
The blanket is shedding. Don't mind that.
Just some feathers just popped out. So Burn is this fitness place where a bunch of moms go and work out, or non-moms. Like I
was working out there for a little bit, for like a year, and it's expensive. But
yeah, it is.
They're crazy there. They get you going and working.
If you want to be in shape, definitely go there, because you'll get in shape within a few months. For sure.
At some point, I was like, this ain't for me. But it wasn't like, I love what they are. They're like passionate about, which you can, go on.
Yeah, they're basically just, they have opportunity for moms and dads actually now to work out and get that time for yourself. So I work in the childcare place, so I get to bring my little son with me. So that's why I decided to do it, and you kind of pushed me to do it, which I'm glad. Or I would have been, just stuck at home, because my biggest thing was, of course, I want to be at home with him, but it was like getting to me where I was just stuck inside. I didn't have any mom friends. I still am navigating the mom friends. Like that's kind of hard and kind of a different.
We could talk about that another time too, because that is like, I can only imagine how that,
Yeah,
feels.
It's just weird. It's
because
almost
I can
like
only
dating.
be here in a capacity, like in a certain capacity, I can't relate all the time.
Right. And it's like kind of like dating. It's so weird. But yeah, so it got me out of the house, and I'm getting some money, and he is social. Like he gets to make some friends too, and so that's where I am currently.
It's perfect for you, because you said in the last episode you're such a you like to get up and go and do things and stuff, so it's a perfect excuse to get out of the house.
Yeah, it is. And I was working out, but I got some back problems.
This girl needs Life Alert. She will fall to the ground because her back goes out.
No, seriously, it's such a problem. Like I can't even get.
No, we shouldn't laugh. Like, this is concerning.
No. If anyone has advice, let me know. I've tried. I went to PT, but I need to go back. But I went to the chiropractor. I think they broke it too.
The chiropractor just straight broke her back. I think I've asked you this before. Well, I know you had back problems prior to pregnancy. Do you think having the epidural plays a role too?
I honestly, no, I don't think so, because it's not in the same spot.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't know, but maybe could it? I don't know. Maybe it because I basically have problems with my discs at the bottom, but that is where the epidural goes, is somewhere around there. So what if it pushed into my disc or something? Is that a thing? I don't know. I'm not a medical.
Someone help her.
I'm not a medical expert, but
she clearly didn't study that in school.
I clearly did not. I wasn't a nurse for a reason.
She didn't pursue that.
I didn't. I wasn't a nurse for a reason, or a doctor. So, yeah. So I haven't been working out, but I want to again.
Yeah. Well, you'll get there.
I think that's another struggle for bouncing back after motherhood is not being able to go to the gym and stuff. So Burn is helpful for that.
Oh, for sure.
So
you get to work out for free.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. If I could.
Yeah.
And tell me why.
You have sometimes.
Tell me why they sent me a card in the mail. Said, "We miss you." Guys,
dude, the text I used to get from them, they text you, "We miss you, schedule your time to work out." Like, if you don't go after 2 days or something, they are on your ass.
They are.
Not them sending a card.
I literally work there. I'm like, guys, I'm injured. Leave me alone.
I get why they do it, but there is pressure to that too. I'd wake up and then I read my phone and it's them. And I'm like, no, please.
They're harassing
you.
Do
not disturb.
Showing up, boom, boom, boom. Get your ass
I could
to the
see
gym.
them doing that. I mean, it's great that, at this gym, there's a trainer on the mic, so they're coaching you through these workouts and
Yes.
hyping you up. They'll be in your face and telling you to keep going when you can't keep going.
I'm like, please.
Help! I have a family.
Kayla actually used to hide in the bathroom, she said.
Yeah, I worked out there before Katie did, so she wasn't there for
I wish I
this,
could have
but-
witnessed this.
Oh, I'm sure it was a hoot for everyone. I think I'm not good with cardio.
Me either.
Me and cardio,
Truly.
we don't vibe. So on the cardio days, I would get out of breath and I can't breathe. I'm assuming I have exercise-induced asthma. I've never been told that. I'm just gathering
do.
because my chest was getting
I got
so
an inhaler
heavy.
you can borrow.
Yes, please. I could not breathe and my chest was feeling heavy. So I would run away from the gym and go sit in the bathroom and just catch my breath. And then I'd come back and the trainers like get it and they're, they understand. But I'd have to go up to them and be like, I can't do this next one. Like, I can't breathe. They had us running outside and laps and stuff.
Laps outside. They have you
I
sprint.
quit track 3 different years for a reason. I can't.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so to go back to what we were originally talking about.
Let's go back.
Do you think that is this what you thought your life would look like after college where you are now?
What a deep question. I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Like, work related or life in general?
I feel like work related.
Yeah.
Or both.
I mean, yeah, because I guess it does pertain to both. I just didn't really know what I truly wanted to do, so that's why it's hard to. It literally fell into the palm of my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I was blessed to have a job before I graduated and lived at home to save money and work from home and travel for work. And now I have my own place and stuff. So, like, I think, I don't know because what I expected, I guess. But I think it all worked out the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
What about you?
No. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So this is what God's plan was for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is what was supposed to happen. If I would have been able to plan out my life, this is not what I would have saw it as. Like having, like, only working for like a year in my career and then having a son. No. But I'm not mad about it at all. Yeah. So
if you didn't have him, do you think you'd still be with the company that you were with?
No. I never wanted to do therapy. I only started doing therapy because the job was easy to get, if I'm going to lie. If I'm going to be truthful.
Yeah, yeah.
It was so easy. The interview was on the phone. It seemed like a good gig. I wanted to move. Because I ended up moving away from our college, like where we went to college. I moved from there and came to Indy.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get out of there. So I just took it. And I never wanted to do therapy, but I always wanted to do school-based.
Right. Yeah.
So I would probably be doing like school social work instead of school therapy, which are 2 different things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, my job was also easy to secure, and I think it's so niche because of Greek life specifically.
Yeah.
But like I didn't even, think about joining a sorority, so like so the fact that it all happened the way it did because of that initial experience, like I really just I don't know how I expected. I just knew I was gonna end up in like I knew I was gonna graduate and live back at home.
Okay,
that's
so
all
you
I
saw
figured
that.
because I grew up in Indy. I knew
You never wanted to stay in Terre Haute?
No. Terre Haute was a fun college town, but I definitely knew I was gonna move back to Indy. I just didn't know what.
Yeah.
Because genuinely, if I wasn't in this realm of work right now, and I had to look for jobs my second semester of senior year, I don't know where I would have looked.
Yeah.
But I've always liked marketing and social media and that creative stuff. I feel like that's very me. So it's like a yes and no to answer your question. Long answer short.
Yeah. That's okay. I feel like another question that would make sense to wrap it, like to bring it back to the podcast as well, is how we maintained our friendship, like with our different careers and stuff. But I feel like it kind of ended up working out because, so when I went to grad school, Kayla had already moved back home. So she lived in Indy, and I was doing grad school in Terre Haute. So we did live like far
that
from
was
each
1
other.
year, right?
Yeah, just 1 year. So
we were doing long distance.
But we still chatted like all the time.
Oh yeah, I think that's like, and this is just for anything, like your friendships shouldn't end because of something, like
because you're life changing. Yeah.
Right. Like it was easy for me to want to come on a weekend to see you still. Like I didn't have a very demanding job where I'm stressed out during the week, where I want the weekends to relax. Like I think living at home, I mean, that's a hard transition. So if there was a way for me to get out for a weekend, that's what I do. So I feel like it just, like it was natural for me to just, come visit. And I know you came a few times to India as well. But like, and you having your house there, and we'd still, like, our friend group is still the same.
Yeah.
So going there and, graduating college, you don't get that experience anymore. So going back and still going to the bars, and
that was probably so nice.
Yeah, it was.
To get a little bit of it.
Yeah, because moving back home, I didn't have that. You're back at your mom's house working, and you're not darting anymore. You're not going out to the college bars, and so going back to Terre Haute and us all getting together still and pre-gaming together and doing the same things we did in college, I think was just, refreshing for me still. So, yeah, there was not once now if you moved to a different state to start your job or something, I think that would be a little more challenging.
For sure.
That would never ruin my friendship with you.
Yeah.
But it would be a challenge. But I think knowing, like, you're only an hour away, and then you ended up moving to Indy, so that just, it like made it easier to navigate, I guess.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like I was super busy, but we still got to see each other like so much. So
and we still talked on the phone and like texted and stuff too. Like I feel like life gets in the way, and there were probably times you were too busy with school that I didn't hear from you as much, that I like can't remember, but I think just being supportive and being a good friend, like you're still going to school for another year and I'm done with that. So whatever I can do to support you and be there for you is just natural for me,
Yeah, I think that's how you keep your friends too that you have, is you just need to put in those efforts with those people.
Yes.
And
your friends should match that energy. And I think we're really good at that. Like I never feel like this is one-sided, like, draining, or you're in Terre Haute and I'm the only one reaching out to you all the time trying to see you. That's where it gets old and hard.
Yes. Yeah. I've struggled with that as being the one person like reaching out or like trying to do something or trying to set plans or and it's not reciprocated. So then that's why friendships like dwindle, or not even like friendship breakups, but just you stop talking to someone, stop being so close because they don't put the same effort into you as you do them. So. Yeah, I'm glad we never did that.
I know, me too.
But that's just some advice, like, if you need, like, a big life change, because our lives were in two different paths at that point, and now are a little bit as well. So, reach out to those friends you haven't talked to in a minute.
Yep.
I need to do the same, probably, with a few, but.
We all can be better at it at times. I know I can, but, life happens, I think, just like in our 20s, you gotta understand that. And I'm still... in a group chat with some girls I went to high school with, and I don't see them as often as I'd like to, but that's okay. We always talk about how adult friendships is like, it's okay to not see your friends all the time, or to understand if they're doing other things, because we all are on different pages.
But being supportive is the biggest thing, I think.
It is. Checking in on your friend who is struggling with work, who just got a job promotion, like congratulating them, like celebrating their wins and stuff, especially at this time in our lives, if you keep doing that for them, you know, hopefully they return the favor.
Yeah.
If they don't, you know, you don't need, you know, your
Move
friends,
along.
but just, you know, hold those people close to you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like that's a good way to wrap up the
Yeah,
pod.
I agree.
If this episode was something that resonated with you, will resonate with someone, all the things, please share, like, subscribe.
Show us
You
some
know the
love.
drill. Yes, we got a TikTok. We got our personal pages. You'll find it all in the comments below. And we just appreciate you being here. And if you have ideas of things you'd want to see or hear us talk about, let us know. All right. Cheers.